Hello, come one, come all. Welcome to the post breakdown Q&A. This is how it's going to work. I'm just noticing right now with this camera angle that my hair looks like a bouffant. It is so puffy. I got this. Wow, look at that. I got this salt spray to put in it and you dry it and so it stays without putting a bunch of product in there and it's like natural and stuff. But yo, a little poofy woofy in here. Let's get some backlight. That's better. Hello everyone. Stuart Norhaslina. I look forward to saying your name, hoping that I'm saying it correctly every single week. Melissa, Ray, Jonathan, Margaret, Baba Didi. Please remind us of your 15 and 30-minute voice lesson intro you spoke about the other day. Sure. So I offer 15-minute and 30-minute voice lessons. I just had a 15-minute today, actually my first ever, and it was great. We got right to it. My preference is always 30, but 15 we can get going and get some stuff done. You have to email me at beckhamlessons@gmail.com. A 15-minute lesson is $50. 30-minute lesson is $100. I also do a 5-minute free consult. If you are interested before you put your money, and if you do put your money down and we do a lesson that you pay for and afterwards you don't really feel like you got what you wanted or it wasn't what you thought, I'll give you your money back, no questions asked, so no risk. This is how the Q&A works. I will start from the very top and I will read questions, and if you want your question answered immediately, then you can do a super chat and ask your question, and that will help support the channel so I can keep doing these things next season and on. Really depends on things like that. So let's get started. We have 12 and a half more minutes. Okay, these are 15 minutes long, and that is what we will stick to unless super chats make me go longer. Baba DD. Please. Oh yeah, I just read that. Clark Pugsley 4444. Why do you not see Abby as AI winner? I don't see her not as a winner. I think she could win. I don't see her as my favorite singer, if that is kind of what you're asking. I'm just not crazy about. Maybe it's because I see how good she is and how where her potential is and how good she could be doing, and it's not quite there, and it's missing almost every time for me. Now, her missing is better than most, uh, even like idol contestants. So she's great, but I just want her to be the best, and I want these arrangements to click. I want these performances to click like I know they can. Thomas Evans, Clark, what's the number one thing you changed about Abby? Did I just like crush Abby in this video? I remember just mainly complaining about the arrangement, which isn't necessarily her. I just dial in the arrangements and I do less band. I want to hear more of her and less of the band when she sings, and really dial in unique arrangements because she's got the thing, like this special talent that some people have in arranging music to make it just incredible. She has that thing that's just not coming across with the full band arrangements so far. Stewart says, I think it might be that Abby can be perceived as peaking during her audition and hasn't hit those heights since then. That's a very good point. Clark, do you do any concerts? I do. I haven't done any in a bit. But but I do. And if you go to clarkbeckham.com, there is a newsletter you can sign up for that'll let you know when I am touring again. No standout winner or superstar, I think. I agree with you, Ellen. Hello from Cape Town. Hello, Meryl. We have a $25 super chat from Dan the Cub fan. If you were a judge on the show, how different do you think your critiques would be as compared to what we hear on the breakdown, where you have time to consider and are not giving face to face? That's a great question and a great consideration of the judges. I think my critique would certainly be more critical of the contestants. I think my critique would be pretty close to what I do in the watch party, which, by the way, if you want to be a part of it, you can. We start at 7 tonight in 30 minutes. So if you want to join a member to watch the watch party and see what my immediate first thoughts are, that's a way to do it. I don't, you know what? I don't think I would be as punchliney and as tagline esque, which wouldn't honestly probably wouldn't be as entertaining. I've been listening to them and they're actually really good at buttoning up their critiques, because like Katie will say something and she'll finish and then everything's silent. And then she's got to go, "You got this." And then the crowd cheers. So it's like you have to have a button at the end, like to finish, like put a place where the crowd cheers, or it's just really awkward. I might struggle with that a little bit. Um, but I definitely think I'd be a little bit more critical. M. Carter with a $5 super chat. Can you try to get Jaina for a duet? I'll DM her right now because that would be a blast. Let's see here. Jaina. Yo, would you be down for a duet? Done. Well, the request is done. We'll see what happens. All right, going to the top. Does any contestant match up better with the band? Sure. The band can help. The band can offer a lot, but the arrangement isn't making it work. It just depends. Like da 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 da, like McKenna's song. She started that just piano and maybe like a couple strings. Yo, strings would have crushed. And then the band come in full on in the chorus. Now the band sounds amazing. It's about the arrangement. It's about where to play, where not to play, in my opinion. $10 super chat from Stuart. Hypothetical. I love hypotheticals. We are staging a coup of American Idol. What position of the show do you take? And how do you round out key roles to make for a successful show? Does the voting change? Holy cow, that's a deep question. What position of the show do I take? I would take the Simon Cowell role. My fellow judges would be Jelly Roll and I was going to say Gene Simmons, but we need a lady. Oh, shoot. Alanis Morissette. The host, assuming we can't have any current people, the host couldn't be Ryan Seacrest, or it'd obviously be him because he's the GOAT. If it couldn't be Ryan Seacrest, I would pick Cat Williams as the host. Does the voting change? I don't think it can. I don't think it can. As far as the voting system, I don't think there's a way to change it. Because obviously the voting results are terrible. But we'd have to convince people that actually care. Because as far as the voting goes, not to go too far down on this thing, because we only have 4 minutes left. But as far as the voting goes, it's like real life. It's like the music industry. You're motivated to buy records and to go to concerts of people who you adore and love more than if they're really good at singing. It's the same way with American Idol, as it should be. It's just an interesting, I guess, voter block that I often disagree with. All right. Successful show. Talent, but an emotional connection to the contestants has to be there. That can come from side backstories, but really getting to know the contestant and feeling like you know them and seeing their personality and them having a good personality is huge. $10 super chat from Susie Q. We've got 3.5 minutes left. If you have a question you want answered, make sure to send it in the super chat. And I will not stop this live stream until all super chat questions are answered. Katie supposedly makes $25 million a season. Clark, would you consider taking her place at a slightly lower price? Yes, I would consider taking her place at a slightly lower price. At a considerably lower price, I would take that position. Yes, is the answer to that question for sure. Ashley Riggin, welcome to the Groove Crew. I hope you join us for our watch party that's starting in 25 minutes. So when you watch the show, Ashley, tonight, you can have your phone or your computer up and see my reactions. I'm sure they will be very interesting. And then we get to talk. I'll be looking for you in the chat during the commercials. I dropped something that's going to stay dropped. 2.5 minutes left. If you have a question, make sure you put it in the super chat. Looking for questions. Clark, any thoughts about Keiko? I'm a fan. I think he was definitely more exciting to watch than maybe anyone else in the show still. So as Jaina and Roman left, the show got way more boring. Now as Keiko and Mia left, the show got even worse, in my opinion. Don't mean to be ho-hum, but the whole point of all of this is for me to share my opinion, and my opinion is the show kind of sucks right now. There's a lot of contestants with great potential. There are some contestants that are giving us beautiful things, but when we had interesting singers like Keiko and a singer-songwriter who you never knew was going to do, and Roman and Jaina and Quintavious, and now they're all gone, and it seems like a lot of the contestants are similar. It's just not as good with those guys there. No matter who's on the show, no matter who is on the show today, it's not as good without those people, in my opinion. Dan the Cub fan, another $25 super chat. Thank you. What did you think of Just Sam's performance? I thought it was great. I thought she killed it. I was a little confused by the whole experience and why that happened, but I thought she killed it. Thoughts on the fact that she won Idol in 2020 and was apparently back to subway busking at 23. Wonder if show is being guilted into bringing her back after being in news recently. Maybe. From what I understand, she wasn't easy to work with after the show. And when you're on American Idol, especially as a finalist, you feel like you're about to just blow up into stardom after the show is done. And that's not really how it works. Not anymore, not since 2007. You have to, American Idol is a mountain and you get put on top of it. When you're done with the show, the mountain's gone. You have to learn how to flap your wings like a madman until you're able to fly yourself and actually keep some of that elevation. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't. They think that things will just come to them and they don't have to work for it on the business side of things. And sometimes, and I'm not talking about just Sam, I don't know what she did afterwards, but I've seen a lot of other contestants feel entitled, like they're just going to have all these gigs show up at their door and they don't go to work, they don't produce new things. And a lot of contestants, top 5 contestants, go back to doing the same thing they were doing before with just a little bit more of a social media following. You gotta bust your butt and be strategic to make a career out of this. You absolutely can, but it is not a given. Great question. We've got another $5 super chat. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm ending it, unless there's another super chat before I finish this question. I keep telling myself Emmy's going home so my soul doesn't get crushed. LOL. Yeah, I mean, she's just unbeatable, it seems. She's just keeping it going. And I like her. And that likes her. I think people like her, and that's why they keep voting for her, and she goes through. Even if I don't love the vocal performances she's been giving, I still like her. And it hurts me to say anything negative about her. Some people, it doesn't hurt me to say negative things about. I don't mind saying negative things about certain people. I can't do it with her. It's so difficult, and that says something. That's liking something, liking her, and there's something about that. Um, a $2 super chat from Adam telling me that I missed a couple super chats. Gosh, thank you for that, and thanks for your thoughts on Keiko. You're welcome, Chuck Long. Sure did. Wow. Um, we would have had celeb duets by now. No. I think they did that one time in Hawaii, but usually most of them are in the finale. Making sure I didn't miss any other. While you're doing that, can you ask Roman too? Yes. Roman, would you be down for a duet on social media? Done. All right. Anyone else? I think I hit everybody else. All right. I got everybody else, making sure there isn't a no. Loretta Lynn had to do it for Amy. Thank you, Stuart. $5 super chat just to remind us. All right. If you're a Groove Crew member, I will see you in 15 minutes. If you want to join the watch party, it's $5, and then you get to join it for, I guess, today and then the rest of May. You might have to renew it. It's $5 though. It's $5. Join. It'll be fun. All right. Paula Clark, I asked a question. Paula, did you do a super chat though? Because I didn't have time to answer all the questions, but I make sure to answer all the super chats. I'm going back and making sure there wasn't a super chat I missed, and there's not. So I'll see you guys, hopefully, a lot of you tonight in the watch party, and then I'll see the rest of you tomorrow.